Hey, it's Bill, and here's my predictions for the day one of the World Series of Darts Finals. Hey everyone, it's Bill, and here's my picks for the first round of the World Series Darts Final. It's a weird one because the World Series Darts Finals, there was one event. And so the seeding was based on one event. And it's an invite event. So, just very, very different way of taking a look at it. And then there's the invites. I gotta be honest with you, not inviting Raymond van Barneveld is pretty stupid. I'm not a big Raymond van Barneveld fan. I didn't like the way that he exited last year, but you invite John Henderson, Jeffrey Deswan. I don't understand how they get an invite. I really don't. They're not in form. They haven't won it. Well, I guess you can say Henderson won, but okay, give Henderson, but Deswan over Raymond van Barneveld. Raymond van Barneveld actually won a tournament this year. I don't think Jeffrey Deswan's got out of the third round of 32. I don't think he's won a board final all year. So, interesting. I think you would have got more crowd. It's a weird way. Maybe Raymond said something stupid. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, let's go through the matches. The first one up, Michael Smith against Kim Huybrechts. I think Michael Smith might have an argument for the worst draws ever in a tournament, but I think this one's going to be a tough game. As I go through the matches, maybe there's a couple that look like blowouts to me, but nothing. This should be a really entertaining day of darts, to be honest with you. The fact that Michael Smith, Kim Huybrechts is up first is interesting to me. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to have a little bit of fire. It's going to have 180s. It's going to have missed doubles. It's going to have some drama. But I like Michael Smith to take this one 6-4. Next matchup is Krzysztof Rutkowski, the Polish Eagle. I'm telling you, beers with that guy would be a fantastic time against Gabriel Clemens. Now, these two have met plenty in the past. What I'm concerned about is Clemens. I mean, he did have a good run on the floor, got to a final in the last World Series. Rutkowski didn't do as well. I mean, solid. That's what Rutkowski is. He's solid. Whether he's on the floor, whether he's on TV, he's solid. Doesn't get affected by too much. I find that Gabriel Clemens, even though he did have a nice win over the World Championships over Peter Wright, when it comes to the TV, it's not there. And Rutkowski seems to have his number. So I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a close match. But I'm going to take Rutkowski to win this one 6-4. Next matchup, Mike Kuyvenhoven against John Henderson. So in my betting today, I'm looking at odds that I think look good. Kuyvenhoven being an underdog against John Henderson, to me, stands out. Yeah, John Henderson had a good World Cup, and it's great to talk about. Fantastic. Mike Kuyvenhoven's not the, he can be off, and then he can be just terrible. So you don't know what you're going to get. He's going to be on or terrible. And Henderson's pretty average right now. At no point does he stand out, other than maybe the World Cup of darts. But then he took that into the Super Series and didn't do much, where Kuyvenhoven had a couple runs. So just on form alone, and on the betting price, I'm going to take this as a bet. I'm going to parlay it as well, and I'll talk to you what I'm going to parlay it with. But I'm going to take Mike Kuyvenhoven to win this one 6-3. And I'm going to parlay it with the next match. Again, I'm looking at the odds. What is the best way of making the bet? Well, Mervyn King, James Wade. Mervyn King's getting a good price to beat James Wade. I think they're very similar players right now, similar form. So if you think they're going to be even and you've got an underdog at a good price, I think you got to take the underdog. I can see this going both ways, though. Don't get me wrong. James Wade, Mervyn King are very similar players. It's consistent. When you get the down to and outs, they're pretty good at taking them out. I mean, there's a saying called the waiting, and that's what he does. He waits. So usually Wade's not going to hit you with the scoring. He's going to hit you with the finishes. And I think they're very similar players. And I think they're both looking at what their second round match is going to be and thinking, okay, I got a quarterfinals here. I got some money. So I'm liking Mervyn King to win this one, and I'm going to parlay that with the Mike Kuyvenhoven match. But I'm going to take this one 6-4 for Mervyn King. Next matchup, I think will be one of the ones that's not going to be as great, but it's Chisnell against Neil Zonneveld. Dave Chisnell. Neil Zonneveld's another one of those guys, shows up, smokes, does awesome, fantastic. The next time he shows up, terrible. I've never seen him on TV be great. I think he beat James Wade maybe in a Players' Championship final last year, and then went on to the next match and got smoked. So I don't see Niels van der Velde winning this one. I think Dave Chisnell's got the scoring experience that goes along with it, and I'm going to take Chisnell to win this one 6-2. The next matchup, again, I'm going to think this is a match that probably should have gone first. But maybe because it's two Netherlands guys going against each other, you put that in prime time. I just don't see TV viewers being very interested. But yeah, Dirk van Dijvenbode against Jeffrey de Zwaan. The fall of Jeffrey de Zwaan has not been. It's been a straight downhill, jump out of a plane, drop. The player that we saw two to 3 years ago is not the player you're seeing right now. At least the 180s used to bang him in for fun, and I watched a couple of his games, and I don't see any 180s. So Dirk van Dijvenbode, I was a little bit worried about his form, but in the players, the Super Series, he definitely came out, got some big victories, was pretty consistently in that quarterfinal. So I like Dirk van Dijvenbode to take this one 6-2. Next matchup, Nathan Aspinall, Vincent van der Voort. Again, I got to worry about Nathan Aspinall. I enjoy Nathan Aspinall as a player, don't get me wrong, but he's reminding me of Glenn Durant. And this is the why. Not the throw, although his throw's a little bit all over the place, similar to Durant, but it's the talking. Consistent talking. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I love the crowd. Oh, I love this. You check PDC.tv. You get an article every day about how Aspinall's going to take everything. And I just checked, and I'm looking for what Nathan Aspinall's won. Not finding anything. So he's got to be careful not to get into this chat. Don't talk yourself up. Durant talked himself up all the time. And now what happened to Durant? Aspinall, focus in on the darts. Don't tell me how lazy you've been. Don't tell me it's the crowd's coming back. Don't tell me anything. Just throw darts. You'll be fine. Keep talking. You're going to talk yourself into a downward spiral. But I do like him over Vincent van der Voort in here, 6-4. And the last matchup, I think, is a doozy. This match should be the match, other than Smith-Hybrex, I think this one has a chance. De Souza-Noppert. Noppert's in fantastic form. De Souza's not in great form, but he just bangs 180s. So I don't know what to do with this one. I really didn't. So I'm flipping coins. This one I want no part of a bet. Although Noppert is an underdog, it might be something to look at because I think it is a 50-50 game if I take that same rationale as King and Wade. But I'm going to take De Souza to win this one 6-4. So again, Smith over Hybrex 6-4, Ratajski over Clemens 6-4, Kuyvenhoven over Henderson 6-3, Mervyn King to beat James Wade 6-4, Dave Chisnell 6, Niels van der Velde 2, Dirk van Dijvenbode 6 over Jeffrey de Zwaan 2, Aspinall over Vincent van der Voort 6-4, and De Souza to beat Noppert 6-4. Hope you enjoy the darts. Let's see how I do. Cheers.